Morning. It's Saturday, September 19th. And this morning I want to talk about Russia's meddling in the U.S. 2020 election. FBI Director Christopher Wray has categorically come out and said that Russia has been very active in its efforts to influence U.S. elections. And the primary goal, of course, is to denigrate the Democratic presidential candidate, Joe Biden. Now, Wray made these statements testifying before the House Homeland Security Committee. Wray told the lawmakers that Russia is primarily interfering through malign foreign influence in an effort to hurt Biden's campaign. That is a reference to statements made by the intelligence community's assessment on Moscow's meddling efforts. That statement was issued last month. Now, of course, Trump doesn't want to believe that. He and some of his top officials are only concerned that China might be the one meddling. Russia, of course, has clean hands, and we know why. Because Putin told him Russia wouldn't do anything like that. And all the while, they are downplaying the well-founded reports that Russia is trying to help Trump win again, just like they did in 2016. Wray also went on to say that the attacks now are different from what was being done in 2016, when there was an attack on the election infrastructure. Now, we have not seen that this year, Wray said. But there have certainly been very active efforts by the Russians to influence our election in 2020, but not to physically attack the election systems. According to Wray, Russia is using social media. What does that mean, using social media? Well, it means that they have set up websites using proxies, talking like people who live and work in this country. And those websites and people who are on those websites are promoting divisiveness and discord. It's an awful lot like what we see coming out of the white supremacists, or sometimes even out of the president's mouth himself. Or perhaps it's like Bill Barr stating that being confined to your house under quarantine is just like being a slave, which of course upset many, many people. You know, people in this country, unfortunately, are not paying attention to the quarantine. They're not wearing their masks. So to me, that indicates that we are not slaves. People are using their foolish, free-thinking habits and going out there and maintaining a lifestyle that has helped the enemy, COVID-19, to rise again. If I got a little bit off track there. But getting back to the Russian interference, as opposed to the Chinese interference, which is being promoted by the White House and the toadies of the White House. I'm sure that all of us recognize that China and Iran would prefer if Trump were to lose in November. But officials have offered no indication to date that either country is acting on that preference in the same way that Russia is acting in their, what they consider their interest. Anybody who pays attention to the news does not question the fact that China would prefer that President Trump lose because they consider him totally unpredictable, right? And I'm not sure that there aren't a lot of Americans who consider him totally unpredictable also. Our intelligence officials have told us categorically that China is developing a policy that will counter the criticism of China and counter the opposition to China's interests. China recognizes that, and that's how they're going to attack the problem. And they'll do it through social media, and maybe they'll do it through other methods. But right now we're concerned about social media and the effect that these proxy websites invade the mind of our people. So right now, China's attacks on us are kind of public. They're out in the open. They will speak and argue against us. But they're really not doing anything insidious. I like that word, insidious. But the Russians are. The Russian threat is ongoing, and it won't stop. And it's our hope, at least the hope of the people that are paying attention to the Russian interference. It's our hope that we have mounted the correct message to the American people, that there are many threats out there on the website, and that there are many threats to our nation out there. Our government is taking the necessary steps to ensure that the election is not being tampered with, but it needs a lot of help from the American public. And the American public has to pay attention to what is going on out there and not get coerced by these vicious, seemingly informative websites that are spewing insidious misinformation. And so I leave you with that thought. Beware of what you're paying attention to out there on the dark web. And let's hope we have a good, clean election. Let's hope the mail-in ballots all get taken care of. I do not mean to underestimate China. I think they, in the long run, are the more powerful adversary to the United States. They have a booming economy. Their goal is to overtake us economically. They have 4 times as many people to take care of in their country. And up to this point, they have outsmarted us by getting all our technology and all of our chemical formulas and everything and becoming the major pill manufacturer for us. So we have made a lot of mistakes in dealing with China over the past, and it's time that we woke up to that fact. So in any event, have a great day, and I'll see you in the morning. Bye.